Well, Happy New Year, everyone. Have you been set free? Welcome to Seeking God with Leah Klein, Health and Wholeness Coach. And our verse for today is Galatians 5:1. For freedom, Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore. Do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. Are you being a slave to some things in your life? We all were formerly slaves to sin. If you became a Christian, you have released that yoke, and that's what it's talking about, not taking that back on. But are there other things in your life that you are, submitting to? Are there other areas that are creating a slavery of sorts in your life? Are obviously, we're talking in the context of sin, but being it's January, what about food? Are you being thinking of the right word here, but are you allowing food to enslave you? Are you saying, I know this isn't good for me, but I'm going to eat it anyway? That is a form of slavery and addiction, for that matter, also. Uh, Many of us, ate a little more sweet things this time of year than usual. But now is the time to say, okay, no, we're not going to listen to those voices that say we need more sugar right now. We're going to listen to the voices that say we need protein and we need to move our bodies. Obviously, another one that would be common to think of this time of year would be laziness or not moving your body. That would be an example of this. You could also be, another thing you could be a slave to is busyness. Were you able, with hopefully having some time off here, to actually take some time and say, I'm not doing anything right now? Not anything structured, not anything on my to-do list. I am just going to rest. Personally, I had to do that. I had to take some time and go, okay, nope, I'm off. I am not participating in all this. I am going to take a break because I helped put together Bethlehem Inn for our church on the Sunday before Christmas and setting up the decorations and organizing that end of things, a lot of it. And I was wiped. I'll admit it. I was wiped by the 22nd. And so I ended up spending a bunch of time this last week resting and not trying to have an agenda, trying to do something. Uh, there are times when we do need to rest. And there are times when we have to listen to what our body is telling us and go, okay, no, I'm burning the candle at both ends right now. This is the time to stop and recharge before I can go back to doing whatever that is that God wants you to be doing right now. Now, our context of our verse is you've already been set free. So how can you stand firm and not submit? Part of that is like in busyness, knowing when you need to stop and take a break. And that can be in your daily life that you need to just take a couple minutes, get up, walk around, and you know, get your hips moving and things that, do not like to sit for long periods of time. And other things, getting outside, getting some vitamin D from the precious sunlight that we have at the moment. Uh, that is part of staying healthy this time of year, is getting sunlight. Uh, Taking vitamin D can be beneficial in addition to that, especially farther north you are. But what can you maybe get out of the house now that it's like, okay, Christmas is past. Let's not have this stuff lingering over that is not going to be healthy for me in the future. Your best plan and strategy for eating better is actually not having it in the house. So you may need to get some coordination going and cooperation going with other people in your house that, no, we're not going to have this in the house right now. But that is going to set you up to be healthier and to have the energy you need for doing the things that God wants you to be doing. If you're sick in bed, there are limits on what you can do. Yes, you can pray. We can always pray, but there is more that He would desire for you to do. Yes, pray, but there are other things you can do as well, but you can't do them if you're in no fit shape to do them. Also, you're like a battery, and if you just keep going and going and don't plug in to your source, God, you're going to wear down. I have seen this, many years, working in churches and in other contexts. Your business can be your ministry, but if you never take a break, it will break you. So I want to encourage you, ask God to strengthen you as you, take a break, help you to stand firm and reassess what are some things that He wants you to work on, and what are some things that He wants you to do, and what are some things that He doesn't want you to do going into this new year. So if you're having trouble, hearing God tell you what He wants you to do, let me show you why that may be happening and how to connect more deeply with Him. I have a free gift, an ebook called Seeking God, and the link is healthturnaroundcoaching.com/seeking-God. And I also will put that, in the notes for the video as well, or in my email, wherever you see this video. So think and pause, take some time to rest, and figure out where He wants you to go next. And I wanted to wrap up our time today with "Oh for a Thousand Tongues." And if you don't know it, feel free to just sing along. Oh, for a thousand tongues to sing my great Redeemer's praise, the glories of my God and King, the triumph of His grace. My gracious Master and my God, assist me to proclaim, to spread through all the earth abroad the honors of your name. Jesus, the name that charms our fears, that bids our sorrows cease. 'Tis music in the sinner's ears, 'tis life and health and peace. He breaks the power of canceled sin, He sets the prisoner free. His blood can make the foulest clean, His blood availed for me. And I will see you next week with another verse. See you then.